This is Kimberly Q with the Red Booth Show on You to America, and we're here at Sundance 2019 for the premiere of Paradise Hills, starring Milla Jovovich and Emma Roberts and many more. So come and join us. I would love for you to tell us a bit about your role in the story.
I play Amarna, who basically is a musician that gets sent into this rehab center by her camp, and I hear her consistently being in the like artist side of it all these like intricates that come with being a public person. And me myself, I grew up in the limelight, so being under excruciating consistent sort of criticism and then put in a box and a typecast, and I was trying to define who I was and where I was going. It really resonated with my younger self, so I was very in love with it. And she's finding her sexuality. She's discovering if she's gay, if she's not gay, what it entails and how scary that can be. And eventually she finds someone and she falls in love with who's in this place. And it's such an undertone in the film. It's not on the nose, which I loved, and there's a juxtaposition throughout the whole film of like they're all cut in this scary, dark, obscure place, but the movie looks beautiful. And isn't that the society? Like at the end of the day, we're all putting this beautiful facade of I'm doing great. How's your day? Amazing. I've been great. Always great. But at the end of the day, we all have these like dark demons inside of us. So the film addresses all these little things, and there's all these Easter eggs in it that make me fall in love with the film, and her vision was just so clear.
Yeah, it seems like a very special film in regards to women in general, and directed by a woman as well, and so many other female cast. What was that like for you?
I mean, she hits everything that it's timely, diverse cast. You have a full-blown diverse cast. Women with all sorts of backgrounds, colors, physical aesthetics. You have different languages. You have an all-female cast. You address social anxiety, body dysmorphia. You address fluidity, gender fluidity. You have all these timely subjects. And then you have the peer pressure of society. Why wouldn't you want to be part of a film like this? And all with incredible up-and-coming talent.
Well, thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy the premiere tonight.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Look, can you tell us about your character and what you wanted to do, like why you chose to do this film?
Yeah, so my character is one of the girls at Paradise Hills. Her flaws is she has social anxiety and a lot of panic attacks. And I think that she kind of resents her parents for like putting her in there. And when Alice first pitched this to me, she pitched us, obviously the script, and she had this visual deck. All of our characters had a past, all of our characters had origins, and it really painted like a very full picture of it. And I knew that she's a very young woman, and she's so talented, and I really trusted her, and she trusted me with this. And I mean, my first time seeing it, I'm very happy to see it.
That's so exciting. What do you think was one of your favorite parts of making this movie?
I think it was being with these girls in Barcelona. In the movie, these two girls need each other, and we form a very strong bond. And in real life, it happened too. So yeah, very happy to be with these girls.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much, and enjoy the premiere.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
This is a very exciting night. I would love to hear about what it is that made you decide to make this film.
Sure. I mean, I wrote the original treatment, before the Me Too era, kind of, in 2015. But what I wanted to portray was this positive relationship between women, and I wanted to make this film for my 14-year-old self, like the nerdy sort of comic book fan that really didn't know where she belonged and really didn't understand what was her place in the world whatsoever. I think there's so many young women like that are also a lot of times science fiction and genre fans that don't get to see themselves on screen, and especially don't get to see themselves and their friends. Like, they don't get to see a female squad sort of coming together to solve the problems of the world, and I think that's cool.
I think that's fantastic. So this has sort of a sci-fi element to it, obviously. Is it a thriller or?
Yeah, like a science fiction fairy tale with like very feminine undertones, yeah.
They go to this place to be sort of polished up, or to tell them how they should behave? Is that what it's sort of like?
Sure. Yeah. No. Like Paradise Hills is an institution in the middle of the ocean to which families from all over the world send their daughters to get reformed, and those girls have different strange standards that don't meet this definition of the perfect woman. Like, for example, some of them have a body type that's not deemed acceptable. Some others don't want to marry the men that have been promised to, and some others, have mental disorders that they're supposed to be dealing with. So overall, they're all, before they are locked up in the institution, they're already sort of condemned together, and they get to like each other basically because they are similar in many ways, even though they're different.
Wow, it sounds amazing. Thank you so much. Have a great night.
Great night, you too.
Thank you very much. The message is very much about how women should behave, I'm guessing?
Yeah, all these women are sent to this correctional school, in a way, to be fixed by their parents. Their parents envision them in another light and want them to be a certain way and to conform to their idea of what perfection is for their daughters in society. And we all find our own way, and we all have our own view. And I thought that was really cool, redefining perfection in our own way.
That's amazing. And I know there's a lot of pressure on females to act a certain way, so I think this is really going to speak to everybody. And
yeah, I hope so. I mean, that was the biggest draw for me, and I want to represent strong women. I want to show a society, like I want to film to show what society is around us, and that was what was cool about this movie. I mean, it's nothing like society because it's obviously like a sci-fi, like futuristic world, but the fact that we can have a sci-fi futuristic world and it's so relevant to issues in today's society, it's kind of scary in a way. I'm like, it shouldn't be, but it is. So yeah.
well, thank you so much and have a wonderful night at the premiere.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's great meeting you.
Nice to meet you too. Well, I would love to hear what your character is sort of about in this movie for everybody out there.
Yeah, my character's name is Uma, and it's in the movie Paradise Hills for everyone watching. And she's a really interesting character to play because when you meet her, she's supposed to be getting married off to some guy that her family wants her to marry. And basically she's like, I'm not going to do that. And in turn, she gets sent away to Paradise Hills to be reformed. And so you kind of see her, you meet her and she's very confused and very frustrated. And she kind of finds her own inner strength, which is a really interesting journey to see.
That sounds really frustrating for her to have to deal with, but then when she gets there, she meets all these other women. And what is the relationship like with the other women at the school or the reform place?
I mean, they all bond together because they all don't want to be there and they all don't want to change. And so all these women who are from totally different backgrounds, totally different problems, they bond together and try to make a break for it.
That sounds really exciting. Well, have a wonderful night at the premiere tonight, and congratulations.
Bye.
Hi. What was the most challenging thing about playing the Duchess and working with all of these other characters?
Well, working with the girls, there was no challenge at all. It was just an absolute pleasure. The Duchess has some pretty extreme costumes, so definitely getting around in all of these dresses, not getting them dirty, not ripping anything. You know, I'm used to like being bloody and dirty and like, having bombs explode in my face on camera. So for me to make everything look good and like keep it nice was kind of a challenge. It's like I can't rip it, I can't throw dirt on it. Okay, I'm gonna have to work.